Hello everyone, my name is Molly. In our last video, we show you how to use SAS Studio to create a box plot. Today we are going to show how to create a histogram in SAS Studio. This is our agenda. In this video, we are going to show three parts. The first one is what is a histogram. The second one is how to create a default or standard histogram. The last one is how to modify your histogram. Part 1. What is a histogram? As you can see from the plot, histogram counts the number of observations within a certain range and put them into the bins of different heights. How can we use it? Histogram can be used to see the center, the spread, and the shape of your dataset. We can also use it to evaluate your dataset. For example, we can check the dataset's extreme values, the outliers, or the distributions of your data. As you can see from this plot, the center of the dataset is near 4,000, and the shape or the distribution is kind of normal distributed, and the outliers is in this 7,000 area. The next question is, what is the difference between histogram and the bar chart? I remember when I just started to use plots, I always mix these two plots. For me, they are quite similar. And then I realized that there are two differences between histograms and the bar charts. The first main difference is the type of the dataset that is used to plot are totally different. Histograms are used with continuous data. However, for bar chart, we always use that with categorical or nominal data. The second big difference is the appearance or the details of your plot. Histogram don't have gaps between bars, as you can see, and the bars represent numbers of the values of the y-axis. However, for bar charts, there are a lot of gaps between the bars, and the bars represent the measured values for each category, such as frequency or the percentage. After we understand what is a histogram, we are going to create our first histogram on the R Studio. The steps will be as similar as the way we create our bar chart and our box plot. We need to load our data, and then we can choose tasks and utility to create our histogram. Let's load our data first. After we load our data, we will get our data under My Library and Work. You will see our dataset cars is here, is ready. And then we can create our histogram. We can click Tasks and Utilities. Histogram will be under Graph. Under histogram, there are two mandatory options we need to choose. The first one is the dataset. The second one is the variable you are going to show. Let's choose the dataset. Cars. As we mentioned before, histograms are used with continuous data or numerical data. So you can see here are all the potential numerical data you can use for your histogram. In our case, we are going to choose weight. Now, after you finish the mandatory options selection, we can run and get our first histogram. Here, this is our first standard histogram. And this is the code of our histogram. We need to copy and go back to our SAS file, paste it here. So now if you are running the code, you will get all the plot together. However, some people, they might want to modify their histogram. For example, they might want to change the y-axis from percentage to count to frequency, or they might want to change the x-axis label or change the bin size. We are going to talk about the modify part now. If you want to change the y-axis from percentage to frequency, you just need to go back to your histogram data and find the scale. Under scale, you can click and change from percentage to count. When you change that to count, you will see there's one more line of code pop up, which is scale equal to count. So you can see now you change your y-axis successfully. If you want to change the x-axis label, you can choose appearance. Go to x-axis and display label. You can click custom label. Here you can type the label name you want to give. For example, here in our case we put weight in our plot, so I will put weight here. As you can see, X label pop up. Some people might also want to change the bin size or the number of the bins. It's also under the appearance. You just need to go to bins and specify the numbers of the bins. Default, I have 5 bins. I might want to change that to 10 or 20. When you change that to 10, you can see n bins changed from 5 to 10. So that means you changed successfully. We can run the code and have a look. As you can see, now we get more bins from 5 to 10, and we also changed our X label successfully. We also changed our y-axis from percentage to frequency. You might also want to add one density curve to see whether your plot is normal distributed. It's also easy. It's under appearance, density curves. Just check normal density curve and run again. You can see the curve is there. And as your plot is as similar as the curve, so your data is normal distributed. Now you get the histogram you want. We just need to copy the code we get and paste it on your SAS program file. You can run again and check the result. You can see you get the right plot you want. That's all for today for histogram. I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. We are going to talk about pie chart. Thank you.